Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back here. We just went camping for 2 days and 2 nights with this sweet pull-out awning from San Hima. So it mounts to the side of the vehicle or onto a camper if you want. And it's 6.6 feet wide by 8.2 feet long. And it comes with an awning room, which is fully enclosed. And you can forget about the poles and a complicated setup. With this awning room, you just Velcro it in and zip it in front, and you're all set. And the room is fully enclosed. It has 2 windows with screens and a front door and also a back door if you put this on a camper. So stay tuned here, check out our camping video, and sit back and relax. What's up, dudes? We're at the campsite here. We're gonna do 2 nights camping at this spot on the river. And I got this sweet awning from San Hima right there, mounted next to the rooftop tent. Let's pull it out and show you what the awning looks like first. All right, so to open this, we're just gonna unzip it here. Pretty simple, really. There's 2 straps. Here comes the awning, just unroll it. I've been doing it by myself so far, which been working out. I'll show you how to do it by yourself here. The 2 poles are up in the aluminum thing on the end. I've been putting this at a big angle so it just sits here. That way I can get the side pieces out here. Now if it's super windy, I don't know, but obviously it'd be easier with 2 people. Extend this all the way. And this will go up to like 7.5 feet, I think. And you just Velcro these little, I'll show you close up of everything. Velcro these on. Not super tight. I wouldn't go too tight on these side pieces. Got that cool view of the lake and stuff over there, or the river, not a lake. French Broad River, I think. Tennessee, North Carolina border. That's it. So depending on what ground, where you're at, you know, you might have that a little bit higher or low, whatever. Let me show it to you. And later when I put the room on it, we'll adjust it and get it where we need to. So these 2 side poles, one's in the top, one's in the bottom track, they just go in there and fold in. You got the Velcro. And this right here on the end of the side pole Goes in a hole on this front track, and the front poles fold up into that. But this metal or rubber piece is what holds them in there when you fold them in. It holds them in the track when you put them up in there. And this comes out. I just left it in there. This is what zips the room. The whole entire front of the room zips into that. .2 feet this way. 8.2 feet and 6.6 feet this way. Guys, you gotta check this river out at our campsite here. Let me spin you around. Nala, what up, dude? Got the train tracks, so we might hear a train later. Got some rapids a little bit over there.
Yeah, I told Ashley.
We ate us some lunch and hanging out under the awning here. I threw up my other awning too to have a little bit more shade on the back end of the truck because the sun kind of making that water jug and stuff a little bit warm. See what one of these tastes like here. That thing was on my neck. My brother showed up with the tent on his Ram. He doesn't have the Raptor anymore. He's got a Bronco, but he didn't bring the Bronco.
Yeah, I ain't never even had my Attachable.
Alright, we're gonna put the awning tent up, and I've got it in this tote where I normally keep sleeping bags and stuff. So let's get it out. Here it is. And I forgot my pillow and blanket, of course. So that's cool. So I could have packed it smaller probably, but that's what it's packed up like. All right, let me put the tarp down here. Let's see. Hold on, guys. We're getting there, boys and girls. I was also trying to keep the sand from not getting all over this, but that might be hard to do. Okay, now which way did I roll this up? I think I rolled it up like this. Hold on, I gotta figure out which way is which here. I think it's about like that. And then here, hold up this. Gotta zip this. Get this started on my end, and then come your way. And then you should see hooks in the back there. The top of the corner. So there's a hook right here. Go in the back. Start velcroing it on here. So we're gonna try the stakes that came with it, I guess. Probably be easy in this sandy spot. These are little stakes. If you have a bunch of rocks and crap, it might be a little rough. I can raise up a tad here. There we go. So we're gonna have a little slack here because this could have been a little higher. But as long as the floor is pretty tight. Roll this bad boy up. Start getting some air in there. Here, the door, we got Velcro and zipper. See if we can roll this bad boy up. It's not very graceful. don't have to roll it up too tight if you don't want to. There we go. Floor looks pretty stretched out. All right, there you go. 8.2 feet that way. I think it can go 7.5 feet tall. And then it's 6.6 feet that way.
Yeah, you got that little fence first?
Let's check it out. It's all Velcroed up. The awning holds it up. It's got a floor in it. Here's the front door. 2 side windows, 2 pocket bag things on the windows. There's a back door if you put this on a teardrop trailer or a camper or something. Big wide door back there, floor.
Well, that's the hardest part, getting that.
So I'm either gonna put a cot sideways or an air mattress. I brought both, or long ways, so I'll figure that out. These worked okay, I guess, for the sand area. But if you're gonna have any kind of rocky stuff, you're probably gonna have to get bigger, thicker stakes. Just like with any tent, usually you would have to do that with any tent you buy, pretty much. Everybody's getting their tents set up. Dang, y'all can about high-five each other out your windows. Rolling out the green carpet. And them hot dogs going.
First time, wasn't it?
Cheese.
You got his textbook list, and I'm like, oh, well, let's go to the bookstore and see what they got, you know. And she started looking them up, and
I'll have to charge my big one back up. It goes down to 85%.
So we do have an angle, but I can install that awning a little bit higher up over there, which I might do. Now that I know how high I can get it, I might raise it up a couple inches sometime. All right, let me show it to you before it gets too dark here. Got Nala's dog bed. Got the air mattress. A couple blankets. Sleeping bags, I mean. Got this table. The table's a little big for this, maybe, but got my CPAP and charger stuff, couple little lamps. In my bag. Pretty nice. Try to keep it clean. There's Nala's dog footprints. I've got the extension cord from the power station ran through the back door. That's how I'm gonna plug in the CPAP all night and charge my phone and stuff. Found a little froggy. What up, dude? There he goes. Didn't get him jumping. Jump, jump. Looks pretty good with this headlamp shining on him. There she goes. We're gonna leave that camping light on that we charged up earlier. You can leave that on low for like 4 or 5 days straight, non-stop. Leave it on. It's pretty cool. It's dark. The camera makes it look lighter. It's actually darker than that. We're gonna get in there, watch some downloaded movies from Netflix, see how we sleep. Home sweet home for tonight. Shut that, shut the door, left that open. Okay. Got the Keurig coffee maker here. See what that does.
Nice 12.
Probably 10. That's
Nice
a
12.
small cup.
Yeah, no matter. Nice. It don't get that full. And hit the stop the keg.
See how much power we take here. Put some of that in there. Coffee.
Down to earth.
Yeah. Like, you remember how those, did you do the mushroom one last time? You remember how halfway electron and like do an apple?
I don't know if I like that mushroom creamer. A little weird flavor. Sleeping in that room was fine. Room did good. Got some airflow. I only had this window open. I closed the other window and the door flaps. Left this one open. Did pretty good. I got in the 60s last night, so it wasn't bad. We're gonna hang out today, make some breakfast here in a minute, and put up another awning. Cause it's gonna be about 85 today probably. Yummy. That is one hairy woolly worm, bro. How's he got random black hairs coming up? Dude, you look weird. He's in the rapids. It's kind of a far away. Hopefully you can see them. See what they do on the rapids. Whoa! Went down with a dip. Alright, we got some more rafters. Here we go. Looks like crap if I zoom too far. Oh, he wrecked. He fell out of the raft. Kayak. I don't know if that was a kayak or a raft. I guess it was a kayak. Can you get back in it? Looks like this creek flows into the river right here. Getting a little muddy. Yikes. I don't want her getting nasty in that tent. A little muddy. And all of your feet are getting disgusting, bro. Here's the creek flowing into the river. Oh, there's a little waterfall. There's a little waterfall. I don't know where Nala's going. Pretty chilly. Be good to cool off in there if you need to, I guess. Looks like somebody kind of stacked some rocks to pull it up. Yeah, somebody definitely did that to make a little pool area. I didn't bring no swimming trunks or I'd sit in there. It'd be nice and cool you off in just a couple minutes. It's almost 90 degrees out here. Looks like those raft or kayak people stopped. This thing doesn't have the greatest zoom. I know it's hot as crap. I should have brought me some swimming trunks. At least get in there for a few minutes, maybe. See if I can get across here without getting too wet. My foot did get wet coming over. Gotta get to that rock. Come on, Nala. Come on, puppy. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Looking good.
Some loves up there. That's what that. That's seafood place. Curry, Jumbo Billy, Jackie, I can't remember his name. Yeah. Okay, then seems like she told me she's pretty cool. Yep.
Is it time to get up, Nala? So here's my mess. I got that little tiny broom to sweep stuff up. Worked pretty good yesterday morning. Just sweep up a little bit before you fold it up. Air mattress. I'm pretty sure you could put a queen air mattress in here, so double that. And still have room for walking in and bags and stuff and a dog. But she slept on that little comforter thing. That table's kind of big for this, but it worked all right, I guess. A couple charger cables and CPAP and a fan and stuff and my whatever. So that's what it looks like. Pretty sure you could put that bed this way. So you could easily probably have one that way, one this way, and still a little bit of room in the middle maybe. Or just a queen size all the way against the back, and still have this empty room up here.
Go.
Yeah, we put two twins. We fit two twins sideways this way. This screen didn't let any mosquitoes or gnats or anything. It's a real tight screen. No bugs got in there. What do you think about the first impressions of the awning tent there?
I mean, I think it's pretty nice. Like, we've got a square drop that you may have seen on another video. And I'm thinking it might be nice to have this mounted to the top of that square drop, so when you open the door to get out of the camper, you can come into this room and have it a little bit,
Yeah.
safer for your stuff to sit out there. That's what we're looking into.
It's a pretty good size. I mean, 6.6 feet that way, 8.2 feet that way.
I'm 6'1",
Yeah.
so you can see how much taller it is.
Yeah, I think we about maxed out how tall it can go in the front almost, just because it's kind of stretched out there. But it's supposed to go like up to 7 feet maybe. I forget. I'll put it on the screen. It's pretty good. Other than that, maybe when it rains, not sure how it's gonna sit up there and run off. It's pretty flat though, but I think I need to raise the back up a couple inches to make it more level, right? And then probably if I raise it up a little bit, it'll be a little bit more level. And then if it does rain like crazy, you can just drop a corner down in the front maybe.
Yep.
And it's got guy lines to help hold it steady if it's real windy and stuff. Alright, so right here I kind of messed up taking this awning down. I should have left the front two legs down and removed the side poles first. So if you leave the front legs down at an angle like I did when I first put it up, it'll stay up by itself, and then you can put the side poles in where they go, and then come back and lift up the front poles. What are your thoughts on the awning and the tent room?
Well, the awning sure saves us a lot of sunshine. We got to sit under it in the shade. It sure was easy to put up, lightweight.
Yeah.
And
Didn't take very long.
no, it didn't take long at all. And then when he slept in the tent, I mean, that was great with the dog and everything. It didn't have to go up into the rooftop tent, so it was a lifesaver.
Yeah, because I got to pick the pick the dogs up in the rooftop tent and kind of halfway walk up a ladder, and while I'm holding the dog, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah,
But not with that.
it's got a good coating on it too to keep the UV rays off of you, keep you from getting it burned through the roof of it. So we really enjoyed it.
All right, we're in sand mode. Back up. That roof got to come off.
See if he can get out of there. Two-wheel drive won't do it. You're still in two-wheel drive, bro.
Still two. There you go.
Alright. See you later, River. Peace out, bro. Alright, UPS dropped off everything. Work is over. Let's unbox this, see what we got. First, I'm going to show you this corner here. I guess UPS busted up the box and put tape over that. And let's check it out, because I think there's a little bit of a tear in the fabric there. But of course, that's probably not San Hima's fault. It's the shipper's fault. So you can see here where I guess they ripped the end of the box off. So that's cool. Not. And right here there's a tear in the fabric. Probably can't see it because of the lighting. Maybe. Hopefully it focused on that. Hopefully that is not damaged too bad over here. Kind of sucks to get something brand new and can't even get it delivered brand new. It's damaged a little, you know, because it's ripped. Okie dokie. Alright, we're going to take it out of the plastic, obviously. Here's the instructions, the little bag for 2 tent pegs in there. So it's not real thin, or I mean, it's not real large, which is cool. So it's going to mount to your vehicle. So at least the tear is in the back, I guess. But I might be able to get some kind of sewing kit and fix that maybe. But it's got the rail here so you can mount it to your roof racks or bed rack. So I've got a bed rack that's slanted, and I already have mounts that mount there and come up and make it straight, because I had a different awning on here before, which I'm going to use the same mounts, I think, because otherwise I'd have to hook it there and it would be too close to my tent, and there's not even any holes right there until you get way over here. So let's get this bad boy out of here real quick. Alright, this is just a regular old standard tent peg bag that you'd get with tents and stuff. two decent sized pegs. They're not too thin. They got a little bit of a point on the end, so that's good. Alright, so what we need to do, it would be mounted like this on my truck. Kind of need to figure out how high up we're gonna mount it. Let's unbox this awning tent room that goes with it. Not very organized with this part, but there's a buckshot knife. It's pretty cool. From Amazon. It's like a butcher knife style or something. Alright, got instructions for the awning tent. Looks like a regular standard tent bag type of deal here with a drawstring. Looks like it's at least good. A little bit extra room there, so you don't have to worry about trying to roll it up too tight when you're done. You know how tents are and all that, and sleeping bags, it's like impossible to get it all back in the bag when you're done. This doesn't seem to be the case, but we will find out for sure. So if we put the top where the top of this is, pretty much, that's pretty right on, pretty good, right on the ground there. We don't want to get too high with this, because we won't be able to get in the garage, and then it could be hanging off the ground at campsites if the ground is a little bit unlevel. So you definitely want to make sure you got enough room to where it's on the ground. Well, we're supposed to have 2 hooks, 2 ropes for the guy ropes and the hooks, squares, sliding screws, nuts and washers, all that, and these mounts that came with it. Yep, 2 mounting brackets. So all that probably fell out when they screwed the box up and retaped it, so that's cool. All I have is the awning, so all the extra crap that came with it, besides the 2 tent poles in the bag, is missing. These are the mounts I used for my bed rack. They're angled, so they mount and kind of make it straight. I'll link that in the description. So I'm going to reuse these for this awning. Now I'm going to put this like that. Trying to get the washers to stay on the back there. Okay, where's the hole? There we go. If you don't have a bed rack, then, or if you have a different bed rack, some are straight up and down, or if you just have a roof rack, you'll have to figure out how you're gonna mount the awning. But it's not too hard. Alright, so that's what kind of mounts I've got for this angled bed rack. See, it basically gives it a straight area. And these adjust up and down, and you can slide the awning as well as move this whole piece up and down. So you've got a bunch of flexibility there. That's basically how I had it for my other awning, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna put the other one on this end, and we'll be back. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Alright, it's the next day. I emailed San Hima. They're gonna send me the missing parts. But in the meantime, I ordered this on Amazon yesterday and it showed up today. So this is the next day. See if we can get this thing installed here real quick. Alright, so I grabbed this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description just in case anybody needs it. But I've got these kind of hammerhead, rectangular T-slot top deals with nuts. So I measured. What I did was I kind of measured the openings there. Looked on Amazon. Saw what could come the next day or two because I'm getting ready to go camping. And it's a close fit, but it should be all right. It'll probably turn when I'm tightening it anyways, which will help. But this is temporary. San Hima is gonna send me the right stuff that's missing because of the damaged box. So we should be able to get this installed for now to go camping in a couple days. Now, so you can slide them in on the end here like I was gonna do, but you don't even need to do that. In the middle, there's a place, so you can just drop it in there. So I've got that and a washer. Basically just need one each. Tighten it down, get it where you want. I'm actually just gonna have this in there and then mount it and then put the washer and then the nut. So just that against there and then the nut and the washer on that side. So when I give you this end, just walk over there and hold it up like near the top-ish of that over there. Ready? Here you go. It's not heavy. Just lift it up there and hold it up. Just hold it up over here, bro. Over there. Go down there. Go down there. I'm on this end. Go down there. Hold it up. Scoot it this way a little. There you go. I gotta... If I can reach down in behind there. Let's see where this bolt is. Okay, I don't even need you anymore. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot, dude. This thing is not heavy at all. It's like, I think it was, and my driveway is starting to dip down in the front, so the truck is not exactly level here, but I think I'm gonna put it close to the top right there. Let me look. I can always move it later too, but I might even move it up to the top slot on the bracket. Hold on. So when I get the parts in, I'll show you the mounts that came with it, but they're just gonna be like an L bracket, a small version of what I'm doing. That would go onto roof rack, a standard roof rack bars or whatever. So I have to have these. All right, let me get these tightened. I think I'm gonna need a short socket. Where are you at? I don't want to get it too crazy tight. because of the aluminum rail bending it and stuff. Get it pretty snug. Check it after I drive a little bit. Okay, so you can see that pretty much flush with the top of the roof top tent when it's folded. And those brackets pretty much make it straight instead of, at an angle, because of the bed rack is at an angle. All right, what's up now? It's after the camping trip. 2 or 3 days after the camping trip, San Hima sent me the replacement parts that were missing when the box was messed up when it was delivered. So let's check that out. They sent me a whole new awning box, basically. So this was the box that delivered to me last week, was basically like cut off from here out, because the box had a couple inches of this exposed and it was taped up. So I don't know how they did that, the UPS shipping company, but somehow this part of the box was gone on the first one. So here's the box that I was missing from the first package. Okay, so here's the hooks. So here's what was missing. We've got the 2 L brackets. These would mount to your roof rack or whatever rack you've got, and then your awning would mount there, like this. These hooks go on the front of the awning with the guy lines for when there's wind. And then these were the bolts that I was missing. This is what I bought from Amazon. A pack of these, and that's what worked. So they give you 2 different ones here, with enough washers and nuts. So there you go, guys. That awning is pretty sweet. They sent me the replacement parts that were missing from the damaged box. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, because YouTube is unsubscribing certain people because they've checked and they weren't subscribed anymore. YouTube actually says about 80-some% that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. Sorry about the sorry about the barking dogs. So click subscribe. We'll see you.